Hello, hello. Anybody out there?
Wait for it to populate.
You're live. We're building an audience for you.
We'll set a tweet out for you.
What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you, bro. Megan, Jalen, Valerie, good to see you. Thank you guys for joining. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, so we are live, and I just want to say greetings from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The band and I are with my good buddy Brent and his wonderful bride Katie in Lancaster, and just having a blast on tour. We've been out for about a week and a half now. Things are off and running. It's been a really cool tour, and that's kind of part of what I wanted to do tonight, is take some time to tell you guys while we're doing the living room tour, above and beyond perhaps what you've heard. So the main idea for this tour was twofold. One, we wanted to do something that was a little different in regards to connecting with our fans on more of an intimate level. We've been doing this now for 6 or 7 years, and the way that we started is by amazing people all over the country letting us crash in their house. So we wanted to reconnect with sort of the very base of our fans and kind of rekindle the fire there, as well as try out a bunch of new songs in a kind of an unarmed environment where our fans can feel the freedom to give us some constructive criticism or feedback. But yeah, so at this time I would love to kind of open it up. I think some questions are coming in, and Shannon is going to help me field some of these bad boys. So shoot away. Do we got any questions in here? Let's see here. Is it just Mike Maines? So Kevin Taylor, is it just Mike Maines and no longer the Branches anymore? Yes, yes. The reason for that is simple. When I started this band, I wanted to be just a regular band, with 4 guys and 1 lady, and we would never change. It would be like U2 or Coldplay, or like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, or Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, right? You just have the same band, and you stick together through thick and thin. That's easy to do when you're 19, living in your parents' basement, and you're going on tour and maxing out credit cards and not making any money. But then you get married like I did, and you have to provide for your wife, and people tend to come and go. And so it's really morphed from being a band into, at the end of the day, I'm the guy who writes the songs. Shannon's, the girl who tells me whether or not those songs are any good. And then we build a band, take them into the studio, make a record, and then we go out on tour. And so, honestly, it's kind of, I think even Shannon would say, it's kind of always been Mike Maines and friends. And, whoever it is that we've been able to throw in the back of a van and travel around the country. So I think we just wanted to be more frank about what's going on. Let's see if I can find some more questions. Are we touring with Jason? Yes, Jason Singer. So Jason Singer is a really good buddy of mine from Michigan. He's got a band called Michigander, and probably my favorite band in Michigan right now. I think his songs are extremely important. I think he's a legend, and I think he's going to be playing music for the long haul. His lyrics are poignant, and it's been really inspiring to be out on the road with him. He's been a huge encouragement to me and to the band, and yeah, check his music out. Go like him on Facebook. What else we got? What guitars am I touring with? I'm touring with one guitar. I've got a Martin OM28 which is basically Eric Clapton and John Mayer's signatures without spending the extra money or the like stupid name on the 12th fret. And it's my baby. I've had it with me now for it'll be 2 years this Christmas, and it was my dream guitar. I went in almost 2 years ago in December and was shopping around Elderly Instruments in Lansing, Michigan for my dream guitar, and I couldn't find any for the price point that I really wanted, but this is the one I knew I wanted, so Shannon told me to get it, and I talked to the guy and I said, I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight. My wife gave me permission to get this guitar, but can you give me a discount? And he gave me a really, really, really good discount. So, yeah, man, that's on this tour, that's all I'm using on this run. When can we expect the next album? That is none of your business. You're just going to have... I'm just kidding. Next album, hopefully I can pronounce that right, will be ideally summer of 2017. We just secured our producer, and I'm going to go into the studio basically as soon as we get done touring. So the end of October, I'm actually going to be producing a record when we get back from tour for a really great band that I believe in down south. And once I get finished with that, I'm going to be hitting the studio with Shannon. We should tour from Indian Lakes. I would love that. We've actually been trying to tour with those guys for a really, really long time, but our schedules just haven't lined up. But that would be great. Let me see here. So a really great question from Ben Hudo, who said, how do you go about transitioning your regular songs into acoustic songs? That's been, first off, a great question, and it's really freaking hard. There's really no better way to go about it. We spent a ton of money on a really good sound system and put all of our gear and everything in Shannon's parents' old living room. And we rehearsed for about 30 to 40 hours 1 week before tour. And the idea was simple. Try to take the heart and the essence of all of the songs, but pull everything back just a bit so that you can really hear the lyrics and the vocals, which our fans have really complained about over the years because we're not a huge band with an amazing front-of-house guy. We really wanted to pull the sound and the volume down so that people could really hear our voices. What else? Let's see what else we got coming in. What coffee am I drinking? Madcap Summer Solstice, forever and always. If you don't know what Madcap is, it's the best coffee in the world. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. My favorite coffee shop where I get Madcap is Foster Coffee Co. in Owasso, Michigan. Shout out to my boys. When's Shannon going to get her own song? I've been asking the same question for 7 years. I tell everybody that I know she, like Jason, is one of the most gifted, creative people that I've ever known in my life. And the second that girl starts writing songs, I'm out of a day job. I'm encouraging her to continue writing. She's writing more than she's ever been. So you all should push her to make her own stinking record since you don't want to listen to me anyway. Logan West. How do you keep writing after you have written so many quality songs already? Well, that's where you and I disagree. I keep writing because I think my songs suck. Sometimes I feel good about them. Sometimes I don't. And I think for me, I keep writing because my favorite song is the next song. I love what happens when you get in a room and a song doesn't exist and you're humming on a melody and then you carry that scrap of a melody to a piano and you whittle it away until it feels right, and then you start sticking some words in there and you chase it. You know, I love it, so it doesn't get old to me. Alright, forgive me for not being able to get to all the questions, but I'm going to grab my guitar right now and I'm going to play a new song for you guys. This is a tune that we've been playing live on the Living Room tour. So if you haven't snagged a ticket, we'd appreciate it if you did. And if you come out to a show, you'll be able to hear us play this. And then after that, we've got a surprise. So So here we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me okay. So the one I love. Here you go. Green eyes, won't you lead me into the room where I laid you down? Green eyes, I hunger with a heavy desire. So gimme, baby, give me all your pain and I'll scrub it away. I miss my favorite spot on your neck. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to deliver a message to the one I love. The one I love. Oh, oh, oh. So green eyes are hunger with a heavy desire. So gimme, baby, give me all your pain and I'll scrub it away. I miss my favorite spot on your neck. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to deliver a message to the one I love. The one I love. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to deliver a message to the one I love. The one I love. Oh, 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 oh. It feels like you slipping out of my hand, and I'm barely even able to hold you. It feels like you slipping out of my hand. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to deliver a message to the one I love, the one I love. Oh, oh. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to deliver a message to the one I love, the one I love. Oh, 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 oh. It feels like you slipping out of my hand. All right. So now it's time for a surprise, y'all.
This is a puppy whose name is Luna, and she
Her.
loves.
Isn't it her?
It's a her. See?
So this is Luna. Brett and Kate just got her yesterday, literally while our band were pulling up to her house. And don't tell them this, but we leave tomorrow, I think, while they're at work. So we're just gonna accidentally bring her in our van with us. So just keep that between you and I, because they have no idea. But she's our dog
say
now.
Hi to Luna. Hi, Luna. Okay, that's all.
So what other questions do we got coming in?
Well, we got a few, but.
Okay. What music am I currently listening to right now? I cannot get enough of Tears for Fears. Been listening to a lot of The Cure, Disintegration as well. The new Catfish and the Bottlemen is a killer record. Weezer's White Album is my favorite Weezer ever. I'm trying to think of what else I've been digging on and off lately. Leon Bridges is great. What else have we been listening to, Shanna? trying to think. I think that's all I can think of right now. A couple more questions. If you could pick one song on the tour with the most emotional meaning, what would it be? Rose White. I would say for this tour, the band might disagree with me, but the song that has really resonated with people in a surprising way, since it's such an old song of ours, but it doesn't seem like it ever wears its purpose out, is Drifter. Drifter has been like a really important song that we've been playing live. What else we got? Question one. Am I planning on singing any covers on the Living Room tour? Yeah, we are. The honest truth is we rehearsed for about 30 to 40 hours to prep, and it just took way longer to get our original arrangements where we wanted them to be. So ideally, yeah, we want to bust out some covers if we can squeeze the time in. Let's see what else we got. No. Oh, okay, so great question. Someone asked, is this going to be an entirely acoustic tour? This is not an acoustic tour at all. I'm playing an acoustic guitar, but we have a full band that we're touring with. Jason's on bass, we have a drummer on a full kit, lead guitar player. It's the same size band that you would normally see on tour, but we're just playing tiny living rooms, which hopefully incentivizes people to come out, because I think sometimes people are like, man, I don't want to just come to an acoustic show. You can get tickets at MikeMainsMusic.com. So get them while they're hot, baby. Let's see if we got time for a couple more questions here. If I could play any place in the world, where would I pick? I would sell out Red Rocks Amphitheater with Michigander, and that would be it. We would just go there and play it and slay it. That's my dream. What inspires most of my songs? Pain. I would say pain is what inspires most of my songs. Henry Nouwen, who is one of my favorite writers, talks a lot about how we people of faith tend to prescribe to some sort of religion or this ideology that once you bend your knees and say a prayer, like life has a way of kind of falling into place, everything works itself out. But I think my songs that I write are similar to the book of Psalms, where David, in one verse, is talking about how things seem to be going well, and in the second verse, basically asks God, where the hell are you? And there's something frank and sincere about being that raw and that honest that I've always tried to do with my songs. So that pain, that sorrow, the brokenness, the joy that slices its way through some of these moments of pain, that's what I've always, I guess, been drawn to. Will there be a tour this winter? No. There will not be a tour this winter. I'm going to be in the studio making record number 3 in November, December, January, and early February. Then February, March-ish, if you consider that winter, maybe it is. We're going to do a spring tour out to the West Coast and back. Let's see what else I got here. Question 1. Have we considered going the label route for the next record, or are you committed to releasing on your own? I'm not opposed to the label. I think, again, Jason and I from Michigander have been having a lot of really good conversations about labels this tour, and we think that they get a bad rap. So I'm not anti-label by any stretch of the imagination, but I think I would have to be convinced that they believe in me as much as my bandmates do. So if the right label presents itself, cool. If not, I'm going to keep playing rock and roll anyway. Where do you draw the line between garbage song and this is getting recorded when writing songs? I play it for my wife. That's number one. I'm my own worst critic, and I think it's weird. For the most part, the songs that I feel strong about in terms of resonating with people are the songs. Just kidding. Songs. but they're the songs that I end up throwing away because they don't resonate with people on a deep level. It's usually that throwaway song, that I don't feel really good or confident about that I bring up last minute, and those are usually the ones that people love. Everything's Gonna Be Alright was literally the last song I had in my pocket when we were getting ready to go into the studio, and Matt Hoops, who produced that record, goes, "That's the song that we're going to build this entire record around. That's the song." And that's usually the way that happens. What else we got? How do you guys go about arranging music for lyrics you have? Okay, that's a good question. I usually start with the melody. That's ebbed and flowed periodically as I've grown in my writing, but I start with a chord progression. So I have like a playlist of songs on Spotify that I listen to that have chord progressions I like. And when I listen to those chord progressions, then I take those chord progressions and I record them and I save them into a file in GarageBand. And then I'll go back and I'll listen to that chord progression maybe 6 months later, and I'll sing nonsense melodies over it. So if we're in the van driving through the country, instead of wasting my time, I can be kind of digging for the next song. So I'll just sit there with my iPhone earbuds in, and I'll just sing nonsense into my microphone until I get a melody that fits. Then from there, I kind of stick words to it. So if you got a good melody, it will attract words, and that's kind of the route that I've always tried to go. So I'm gonna play one more new song, take a couple more questions, and then I think we better get our butts on the road. So this song that I'm about to play is a tune called Renegades. Some of you guys might have heard it. This one I'm pretty proud of. You work hard, and then every once in a while a song kind of falls into your lap, and that's kind of how I feel about this one. Thought we were bulletproof, smoking your older brother's cigarettes, just two country boys. Man, we never should have pulled into that driveway, but I still hear the blackbird screaming in the branches above. I see the smoke rising out of my father's gun. I smell the fear in your heart when you left me alone. Kelly Road singing, all that I want is to be young again. Father, forgive me for all my sins. I used to fantasize cracking the school open wide. I'd paint the walls with his blood. Oh, how we'd scream. I wish you never would have pulled into that driveway, but I think I just saw the devil in my old man's eyes. Like the demon, he cries, it's time to get inside. Guess that explains the bruises you see from time to time. All that I want is to be young again. Father, forgive me for all my sins. So that's a little taste of that one. I'd play the whole thing, but I'd probably cut out time for questions. So let's shoot me a couple more if you got them. You can get tickets at MikeMainsMusic.com for the Living Room Tour. Please, if you're having doubts about coming, which I don't know why you would be, you'd be crazy to have doubts. It's going to be amazing. And I have to say, personally speaking, being frank with you guys, the last year and a half has been a really hard year for me as a musician. You deal with highs and you deal with lows. But this tour in the last 2 weeks has taught me a lot about the fact that there are people who are connecting with the songs that I'm singing. And I guess another hope for this tour would be that I could have some pretty meaningful personal relationships with the people that enable me to do what I do. So thank you for that. So many emotions, pain, and life experience do affect everything. Do you find it hard to translate those feelings, experiences? No, I don't find it difficult to translate the painful experiences of my life. I'm sort of bent with a really great ability to focus on the negative. It comes quite naturally for me. How was it working with Seven Lions? Amazing. Jeff is a brilliant musician and songwriter. Completely different world than anything I've ever done musically, which the further that I go in music, the more I like being in rooms with people that approach music from a completely different genre than I do. So working with Jeff was amazing. See if we got a couple more questions. What do I think are some of the best things to take away from having other artists on tour with me? I get inspired. If I'm touring with a good artist or one that I like, I get inspired. When I listen to Jason every night, it makes me stoked to get on stage and sing my songs. And his songs make me want to write songs, and I think we were talking about this last night. We're having some whiskey and playing piano and singing, and I just told my guys, I'm thankful for this tour because I'm surrounded by such an incredible tribe of creative people that make me want to be better, and I think that's one of my favorite things about touring. That's kept me doing it for nearly a decade. Any slick merch at the shows? Yes. Jordan Weatherby, who's our guitar player, designed the living room tour that you can only get at the shows, as well as some really, really cool pennant flags and 2 brand new t-shirts, one of which, again, is only featured on this tour, but it's got lyrics from a new song that we'll be putting out next year. All right. Oh, and Jason has cassettes, so if you're into that, we got some cassettes for you. Who wants to? All right. So I'm gonna play an old song, but somebody needs to request it. So you tell me what song you want to hear, and let's see if I can play it. Let's see what comes in. Maybe nothing. Drifter. All right, Drifter it is. You guys gotta come sing it with me now. So Shannon and Jason are gonna sing this with me. All right. Let's back this up. Get in here, Shannon. You ready? Here we go. To answer you, Chase, in regards to does writing faith-based songs come naturally to me? Yeah, I mean, I'm unashamed of my faith. I believe that Jesus was exactly who he said he was, which is the Son of God. I don't think that he left that up to be interpreted. I won't apologize for that. But I try not to premeditate any of those sorts of things. Like my faith is simultaneous with everything that I am. So if I write a song and it documents a snapshot of my faith, great. If I write a song and it documents struggling through a season of marriage, it all kind of comes from the same place. So this one is Drifter. Here we go. If you're calling me a drifter, I'd say you're probably right. Trying to get to where I'm going, even if I don't know it. If you're calling me a for you. I'll leave you alone, 'cause I've been so stuck on myself, can't seem to help anyone else. Well, tear me down again, build me back again, rid me of myself, fill me up with you. Take me to the place where I once knew you were for me, not against me. And if you say that I have no peace, I'd say you're probably right. 'Cause I can't seem to find it. See, I don't know what it is. My God, my past haunts me. From the top of the morning to the bottom of the night. So sick of walking in darkness. Please shine a light. 'Cause I've been so stuck on myself, can't seem to help anyone else. Well, tear me down again, build me back anew. Rid me of myself, fill me up with you. Take me to the place where I once knew you were for me, not against me. Tell me where to run, and that's where I'll go. I want so bad for once, just to finally know that I'm not above and I'm not below the place you want me. I've burned so many bridges, I've run out of bridges. I've failed so many times, I'm wondering if I'll ever. It's you I need, it's you I want, it's you who can complete this very world, this very life that you've begun in me. Tear me down again, build me back anew. Rid me of myself, fill me up with you. Take me to the place where I once knew you were for me, not against me. Tell me where to run, and that's where I'll go. I want so bad for once, just to finally know that I'm not above and I'm not below the place you want me. Create in me a new heart and make it clean. Single-minded perseverance that you would desire from this offering that you call my life. All right, we got time for a couple more questions, and then we got to let you beautiful people go. So what do we got? What do we got in here?
Well, I don't know. I'm alright. Really bad at this.
Here we go.
Got a couple in here. That dog is in heaven. So let's take time for 2 or 3 more questions while we got it. So yeah, anything you guys want to know? When are we gonna get hot dogs from the hot dog stand, Shannon?
Oh, in the fall.
In the fall.
In Grand Blanc.
What else? What else we got questions wise? Yes, Billy Petty, I will marry you in Traction Wednesday. That's a fact, baby. What is my favorite song I've written? It's the next one. Currently, my favorite song is a song that I wrote called Hollywood that we're going to be playing on this tour. I'm really excited about that. I'm also excited. I don't know. It's the next one. I can't pick. What about you, Jason? What's your favorite song that we're playing?
That we're playing.
Or maybe that I've written. I don't know.
Calm Down.
Calm Down. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
not playing that.
not
Shannon?
playing that. But
What's your favorite song?
Wait, what's the question?
What's your favorite Mike Mann song?
Oh, my favorite Mike Mann song's By My Side.
All right. What else we got in here? Favorite song to play from the first album. Lately, well, Miracle's just a song that's never gotten old to me in the 6 years that we've been playing it. So I would say that one. What about you guys from the old album? Drifter. What are my new songs about? A lot of different stuff, but I think in general the next record is about struggle. It's about searching for a well and not being able to find it and not being able to piece everything together. And what do we do in those times? What kind of man am I when I'm going through a valley and things aren't going my way? That's what the next record is about. It's about struggle. The new album is coming along very well. It's written. I'd sent about 40 songs to my producer a couple of weeks ago, and we'll head into the studio as soon as we get home. So I'm really excited about it. 2 more. Let's see here. Why didn't we cover Ignition when we were in Medina? Because I think I would have been shot in the face. Medina. Yeah, I think we would have gotten in a lot of trouble for that. Last question. What's my favorite tour that I've ever been on? This one. I'm dead serious. I've been touring for almost 10 years, and this is my favorite tour that I've ever been on. We've been on bigger tours. We've been overseas. I mean, we've done it all, but this is my favorite tour because it's not where you go or what you're doing. It's who you're with, and I think I'm with the best version of a band that I've ever been privileged to have, and I'm with some pretty amazing people. What's up, Chuckle B? We say hey too.
Hi, Chuckle B.
And I think that does it. We good? So one last time, guys. If you're interested in coming, MikeMainsMusic.com is where you can pick up tickets or see dates. We love you very, very much. Thank you for your support all these years. I'm going to work hard on making a record that you're going to love, and I'll see you at a show sometime soon. Cheers.